Let's get over to Mike Epple. Still big news out of Bombardier. Does it surprise you just how big the numbers climbed yesterday?
No, not really, Melanie. Good morning. The fact of the matter is that with Bombardier signing up with a much larger aerospace partner, in this case Airbus, to now really sell the C-Series plane, going forward, that takes a lot of pressure off Bombardier, which has a huge debt load, actually. The Globe and Mail's got a really good background story on this morning about Bombardier's $8 billion plus worth of debt. A lot of that has been accumulated because of the $6 billion spend just to get the C-Series in the air. But investors certainly like the prospects of Bombardier going forward because now they can focus more on luxury jets and their rail division and Q400 turboprops and other things that Bombardier builds. Stock was up 16% yesterday and very heavily traded, and some think it has more upside momentum to come. That was one of the reasons why the Toronto stock market had a fairly solid trading session yesterday as well. Wall Street comes into the day with the Dow Jones Industrials average, just less than 3 points away from 23,000. This could be a day that sees the Dow clear and close at its fourth 1,000-point milestone for 2017. The Dow yesterday was just briefly above 23,000, settled back a little bit, still had another record, which I think was number 49th record this year for the Dow. And wouldn't it be fitting if, in fact, the 50th was a close above 23,000? This morning, Dow futures already up by 50 points, and a lot of that has to do with shares of IBM, which reported better than forecast earnings, even as revenue fell by 22%, or for the 22nd consecutive quarter for IBM, revenues down, but the company's been transitioning toward cloud computing, among other things, and investors liking the prospects. Sticking with the high-tech segment, we'll hear today the province's pitch to get Amazon's $5 billion spend on the second headquarters for the online retail giant. Premier Kathleen Wynne's advisor, Ed Clark, will be giving a speech to the Canadian Club about what the province is offering Amazon as it continues to search for the second headquarters here in North America. This comes a day after Google was showing off its new Queen's Quay City of the Future, we'll call it, sidewalk, Toronto and down on the quay. At the waterfront, and that's another big spend. So, the city's looking at potentially here some very big real estate developments and future. It's all about internet connectivity. So also something to watch there. And on Bay Street, going into next week, Roots is going to be officially publicly traded. The stock sale went out yesterday, a little less than expected, still raised $200 million. The stock of Roots expected to start trading on the TSX next week. We'll send it back to the studio.
All right, thank you very much.